I've seen some other drop-offs there, but I don't know anybody else that puts it together and makes it happen, like Capital Mustang and all of our people that hang around with us.
Absolutely, man. Keep rocking it, man. I think, it sounds like it's getting bigger and better every year, and I think that's awesome. I want to hop back to your Cobra because I saw
Okay.
that you had a couple of sponsors. You're sponsored by a couple of people, and the one that I was interested in knowing more about was Stop Tech and their brake systems. And I
Okay.
know you have the new setup on your car, the Stop Tech calipers. How do you like them, and what is that all about? Because those are some badass brakes.
They are awesome. This is my first time having a vehicle with the Stop Techs. I didn't know what to expect. I know that they're heavy into race. They're not really I don't want to say street car. Yeah, just a regular street car. They're not. They're set up for you to do that, but Stop Tech is really, really into racing. Um, I go to PRI
Okay.
in Indianapolis, and I do these things with a buddy of mine, Sleepy from Stack Speed Shop. Um, and what I do is I bring my proposal to these places, um, and I shop there. But for me to go back east, it really shows them that I'm very serious about my craft. To go to SEMA for me is only an hour flight.
Yep.
But SEMA is more fluff and glamour and stuff like that. When you go to PRI, it's strictly business. You're running into the people you need to talk to, versus SEMA. Not SEMA is a bunch of what Vegas is. It's fun.
Yeah.
So I don't think a lot of business gets conducted there as much as PRI. But I ran into Brad from Stop Tech. I showed him my proposal. He went over it with me there in his booth. He said he wasn't going to keep it, and it really discouraged me because he said he wasn't going to keep it. So I said, "Oh, he's not going to consider me."
Yeah.
But he said when you get home Monday, email me and tell me, Mustang in the subject line, and I did. And next thing I know, he was sending me what he thought I needed, and I got him what I owed him, and they were out to me, and they've been the best brakes.
Wow.
They stop on time. They're beautiful pieces. Um, they're just great. The best brakes I've ever had. Best brakes I've ever owned.
Are they new? Because before, actually, I think I don't know, maybe I've been living under a rock, but the style that you have, they look like new. Like I haven't seen them before, and they're massive calipers. Like I just got a set of Brembo calipers. They're off of Cadillac, but they're big. The ones that you have, they're big and they're custom painted too, right?
Yes, they custom painted them for me. They got as close as they could to the lightning blue as they could. Um, these things are massive. When the box came, I almost went to go get my hand truck to bring them in the house because these things were so heavy.
Oh man.
Yeah, these things were massive. If you put it up next to a stop brake, they look like they're minuscule compared to the size of these brakes.
Wow. And how many are they, 4 piston or are they 6 pistons? Do you know?
Yeah, 6 piston.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, these are monsters.
Now, do you have their setup in the back, or is it just the front for now?
Just the front for now. They said they're working on a kit for the rear. It's got something to do with the emergency brake that they said they needed to figure out. But once they get that, I'm definitely going to be trying to be first on the list to get those installed.
Wow. And did you get, because I'm just curious for my personal knowledge, did they supply you with rotors too, like matching? No, I was say matching rotors, but was it a set like that? The rotors?
It was a complete set. Everything is new. Nothing from I have everything from the old one in boxes, all the old braking. That if somebody ends up needing it, they can come get it. The things only had, I think, 2,000 miles on them. So if somebody ends up needing them, I got them for them. But yeah, everything was new. Everything was new.
Wow, that's impressive. So, guys, if you're interested, for your car, definitely head over to Stop Tech, their website for those.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they will not. Uh, they won't be disappointed at all. I'm very happy.
That's fantastic. I wanted to ask you, because your car is at the point where you go to the show, you go to a show, and obviously there's competition. You're still getting awards and things like that. What's next for your car? Do you have? We kind of talked about maybe the rear brakes when they come out with them. What other plans do you have for the King Cobra?
Um, it's it's hard to say on this one. If anything, these guys, they're gonna keep. I'm gonna keep seeing them doing 1,000 horsepower. I'm gonna keep seeing them do 1,000 horsepower, and it's probably gonna finally catch me that I want to go to 1,000 horsepower. Um, I've been telling my wife I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna let them have it. Um, but it already got ID 1000s. I'm not sure else what I'm gonna need. I've already done
Yeah.
the heads and cams. Um, but I'm sure I'm gonna need a bigger wheel to mess with my fuel just a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's probably gonna some horsepower with it.
Wow, that's a lot of power. Personally, I haven't been in a car with over 700 horsepower, and I can imagine that that's a ton of power. And I think, if I'm correct, you have another sponsor too, which is for your fuel injectors, right? Am I right? Well, can you hear me? Can you hear me okay? Oh, there might be a delay. Or I'm not sure what. No sound. Okay.
And what I was doing, and he actually kept the proposal, so I felt good. And he told me to get something as soon as I town, and I let him know what we were doing, and I got him what I owed him, and they were out the next day. They're great. Injector are great. I think they have the best injectors.
Awesome.
Um,
How many pounds are those injectors that you have, T?
the 1000s, I know they're good for, I believe, 1,300 horsepower.
Wow.
I believe 1,300 horsepower.
Awesome. So
Somewhere in that neighborhood.
You can get right up there with those babies.
Yeah, I won't need to buy another set of injectors.
All right. So I only have two more questions for you. So if you had to, and this is going to sound kind of scary for you, probably not. If you had to get rid of your white Cobra
Wow.
and the Fox body, the one you have covered, because I came in there with ridiculous money. I'm like, T, I'm buying your cars. Here's the money. What car would you buy the very next day?
Wow.
I have both of your cars now.
Oh, uh, oh, wow. I'm for a guy at heart. Uh, I probably would want to get something foreign though.
Okay. What are you thinking? Like something like a supercar or like?
Yeah, I'm thinking that lane. I tell my buddy at work I want something where the doors go up. So yeah, I'm thinking Lambo. Probably a Lamborghini.
Lambo.
I'd have to get some more money together, but I would definitely. I probably want to get something foreign. I haven't owned like that.
Yeah. The thing about those cars too, it's like there's not a whole lot that you really need to do with it. It's like the full package.
Yeah, it's going to be expensive when it breaks down.
Yes. Yes. All right, cool. Good to know. Good to know. Um, and then since you've been in the game, the Mustang game, car game for such a long time, what would you say is your most like thrilling and exciting moment that you've had in or with your Mustang? It can be something like a high speed chase, could be like your worst accident, could be whatever. What do you got?
Uh, well, I don't get to drive fast because unfortunately I drive for a living. So I do have a commercial license, and whatever I do is like 10 times worse than a regular C license.
Yep.
Just a cell phone ticket for an average driver, I think, is like $300. For us, it's like $2,500.
Whoa.
So uh, my best, I just like when we used to go to Knott's Berry Farm. We had these long cruises with everybody, and one of the times I know me and my wife, we were just tired because we stayed up late and we leave early, and we got on the highway there, and I didn't realize that the group was following me. I thought they were all just gonna stay there. My wife and I were just like, "Hey, let's just go ahead and go get to LA and rest." And she said, "Did you realize they were following you?" And I just happened to be going around the curve, so I looked in my side mirror, and I had like 50, Mustangs behind me. Most of them were Cobras,
Nice.
and the best came out of that though was a Porsche came up and zipped by, and it was like somebody just said like to a pit bull. Somebody said, "Go get him," and the next thing
No.
you know, all you hear is flying from Whipples. These guys just shot after this guy. All you heard was the yip, yip,
Yeah.
and they just died and just blew his doors off. So that probably was one of my favorite moments because, like I said, it was unexpected. Um, and just to see these guys, go chase down this Porsche, this guy probably thought, hey, that's just a Mustang. I'm going to blow his doors off. And these guys went and got him and completely destroyed this guy.
That's so awesome. And I'll be honest, you made that sound perfectly, dude. That was awesome. I can
It was,
imagine them just like boo 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 boo.
yeah, it was awesome to see it. These guys don't play. Like I said, these Cobra guys, they're special. Um, and as stupid as it sounds, people ask me why I bought my Cobra, and it was for the wine. Um, I heard one, and I just fell in love. I said, man, that is crazy. That car is making that noise like that, and I set out to find one. I found this one. It had 24,000 miles on it when I got it.
Wow.
It was a baby. It was mostly stock. It had gears in it, but other than that, appearance wise, you wouldn't have known anything. It didn't have anything done to it. I've completely revamped it from where it was. It was bone stock when my buddy sold it to me.
Wow. Big props. Big props to that, man. My last question for you, because we got about 8 minutes left, but my last question
Mhm.
for you is because you're obviously great at this, or one of the best, what advice could you give to someone that wants to bring their car to a level where they want to go into car shows and they want to, get their first trophy or start getting trophies and things like that? What would be your advice to them as far as when they're hooking their car up? They got the mentality to like, yeah, I want to be like that guy. I want to have a great car that goes to shows and gets trophies and stuff.
Be creative. Um, the thing I was telling my buddies is we all have the same car and pieces are all the same. So the grill delete I buy, my buddy next door to me, he can buy it. We can all buy that same grill delete. They're just pieces that you have to figure out how you're gonna put your touch on it, paint it, um, get some graphics put on it, hydro dip it, uh, separate yourself from the group because there are only many parts you buy, and if you're not, if you don't have a fabricating, set up in your garage. We all have the same parts to order catalog. So it's just be creative. And when you grab something, don't think just let me just bolt it onto the car. Think, how can I change this before I put it on the car so that when I'm next to the next guy, we're not the same. Uh, that's always been my thing. I got the roll bar. I mean, excuse me, the harness bar for Cabot in
Mm-hmm.
my car, and my whole car is black and white. And I say, put this thing in here just black. So I sent it to my buddy Griggs in Oregon, and I said, "Hey man, I need you to do this in snakeskin." And it came back black and it's killer. But it's doing things like that. You can't just get it in, and it has to. You have to do something with it. If you just get it and put it in, you're going to be right next to a guy, the exact same part, and it makes it, hard for the person to say, "Hey, this is the place." Versus if you put something on your car and do something different with it versus the next, then that's easy for them to say, "Hey, this guy put this car and was more creative." That's the main thing for me. You just have to be creative with what you put on the car because we all have to buy the same part. There's nobody here part that anybody else can't get.
That's true. That's true, man. Wow, that's like, I mean, that's nail on the head. That advice there, like being unique, is what's really gonna sounds like is gonna help you stand out.
Yeah, and that's the way you get to the trophies. Some judges will like it and some won't, but if they see that you are putting the creativity into it, they can't deny it. It's really about what you do with that part and how you set yourself apart. And it doesn't have to come together overnight. That's another thing. It took a while to figure out what I was in mind. I bought pieces and sold them and got other pieces, and then eventually, like I said, I came up with the scheme. I said, I'm gonna this car all black and white. Um, and the biggest part I think to me was the whistle, and when I bought the True Forge rims with the white faces, I definitely felt that I had set myself apart, and that's what you have to do. You definitely have to set yourself apart uh,
Yep. No,
to get.
I know your car is your car by the things that you've done it. T. Like that's a great way to put it.
Definitely. That's the biggest compliment you can get. Somebody to say that they know that's yours by your creativity.
Yep, that's true. It's like, yeah, that guy with the white Cobra and the white wheels and the certain custom things. Some people don't even know your name; they know your car.
Yeah, yeah. I've heard that a lot of times. I've heard that a lot. And it's
That's good.
funny because in a car game, you meet so many people. Exactly what you said is, oh yeah, it's the guy with the ruby red Cobra, with the black stripes, and you won't remember his name, but you'll remember his.
That's so true. Oh man, that's awesome advice. So guys, if you're looking to step your game up, if you're once this all clears up, if you're looking to hit a car show, take T's advice. Be unique. Take it to the next level. Do something that people aren't doing. I think that's what he's saying. In summary. So that's great advice. T. Appreciate that.
Yeah, you just have to set yourself apart. It's a million. There's a million Mopars. There's a million. Well, not a million Cobras, but there's a million Mustangs. And when they put us all in one group, you have to have some that's gonna make that judge say, "Hey, that's the one right there." Even though they're all beautiful, clean, and everything, they need that one part. It could be one piece that sets you apart and makes you that much better than the rest of them.
That's well said, my friend. I think you do that with each of the cars that you've had in your hands, man. I can see that from your page and also from what you've told us tonight, man. And, I thank you for sharing everything with us tonight. I feel like we've gained another friend in the car community that's been in the community for some time with us. So I want to say thank you so much for coming on tonight with us, T.
Oh no, thank you so much for even thinking about me. Um, I said I'm gonna be on here all the time. Anytime you guys want to talk about anything, I'm usually free. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff. I'm hoping this COVID stuff blows by so we can get these cars out and start, hanging out again. It's been pretty bad, not being able to get these cars out. Uh, you can only take them, but we can't really gather. So
Yep.
I can't wait till we can ordering trophies for these guys. I love handing their trophies. I love seeing them post on their page that they wanted my show. That's really big. I like seeing these guys be happy, and I like to see their hard work that they put together.
Absolutely. T, we're going to get cut off. Thank you so much. I'll keep in touch. I'll message you.